Hey, it's Nick here with another Greyscalegorilla quick tip. Today I want to show you how to set up bump maps inside of Redshift. Now, bump maps are a really powerful way to add subtle texture and detail to any material. So let's head on into Redshift and let's get started. So the first thing we need to do is open up the nodes on any material, any Redshift material. And to do that, you just open up your material browser and you double click on a material and you'll get this node editor. Now, this is the newer node editor. You may also see this editor. This is more of the espresso style browser. Both are going to be pretty similar for setting up bump. You should be able to follow along no matter which one you use. So let's open up this black texture here, this metal texture, and let's add some bump to it. So how do we do that? Well, we need 2 extra nodes on top of what's already here. So let's click this plus button and let's search for the bump node and drag it out here. This is the bump map. And the other one we need is a texture to control the bump. Now, you can drag any material in here from your hard drive. Any black and white material will do. And if you're a Greyscalegorilla Plus member, you could use any of these textures here. You have all of this stuff, including smudges, which I like to use for bumps all the time. So let's grab a really contrasty smudge here. And all you have to do is just drag it right inside of this node system here. And let's line this up because we're going to connect all this together. So in here, we're going to grab this out color. We're going to drag it into this S and let go. It's going to ask us where we want to connect it. We want to go right here into input. Then we want to take the out from this bump and click it right here into bump map. Now, if you don't see what you're looking for example, in this other node system, there is no bump map. Where do you go? Well, in here, you'll do the same thing. You'll drag in a material. You'll drag in a bump, if you spell it right. And there's the bump map. And then once you connect this here, you're going to go to texture input. And then you're just going to drag it into this blue area, let go, and then find the bump. I think it's under general, overall. There it is, overall bump input. That'll do the exact same thing. Next thing we need to do is look at what happened once we connected all this stuff up. Now, let's just hit play in our viewport. And you're going to see we have bump. However, this is not the bump we're going for. This is way too bumpy. So how do we adjust it now that it's hooked up the way that we want? Well, in this bump map, let's go ahead and select it. Let's scroll down. You're going to find some options here. And this is the main one, height scale. This is set to 1 by default, and 1 is just way too high. You want something way lower. Something like 0.05 is a good number to start with. And there we go. Now we're seeing that subtle bump texture. I'm going to zoom in using this close-up camera just so we could see what we're doing here. And now you can see all these little smudges are coming through in our material. So how do we dial this in? Well, you can adjust this up and down. If you want to go a little bit lower, you could do that here. And you may also find that you need to invert the bump depending on what you're using. So for example, if you're using these scratches here, and let's just drag in one of these scratch maps. This one's fine. I'm going to select the existing one and replace it just by dragging and dropping from the Plus library. And if you're not a Plus member, you can just go into your hard drive using this folder here and find any map there. In this case, the scratches are inverted. So you can see it's almost backwards. The scratches on top of the material rather than digging into it. So what do we do there? Well, you're going to go in between your smudge map and your bump map node and put a ramp. So let's go ahead to plus here, click it, and type in ramp. And let's just drag it out. And we can now put it in between. So we could go out color into S, input alt source, out color into input. Now, this will be identical until we reverse the ramp. So all ramp does is adjust your black and white points based on this gradient. So rather than black to white, we want to flip it. So I'm going to right click here in this ramp and I'm going to click invert gradient. And let's look at our render, and that is what we wanted. You can see now the scratches are digging into the object instead of sitting on top of it. So be aware, sometimes you do need to invert it. This is still a little heavy-handed. We can come in here and just keep dialing it down until it gets subtle enough. You can also adjust scale here inside of your smudge. And if you come into down here into remap, you could adjust the scale here, or you could also adjust the scale here in your regular material settings, like your cubic and your UV mapping settings there. All right, now that I showed you how to set it up from scratch, I encourage you to add these to any material you're messing with. I'm gonna drag in my original materials I used in this scene so you could see where I ended up. You can see I also added some bump to the floor and some subtle smudges here to each of these tiles. So now that you know how to set these up, I encourage you to double click on any material you have and start to play with bump maps. They're very powerful in adding this detail, and we use them all the time here at Greyscalegorilla in our materials. And if you want to learn more about how to customize your materials using Surface Imperfections in Redshift, make sure you check out this video where Chad Ashley goes into much more detail on how to use these maps really subtly and really beautifully to create beautiful Redshift renders. Thanks for watching, everybody, and if you like these kind of quick tips, be sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel, and if you have a suggestion on something you'd like us to do, please put it down in the comments. We would love to hear from you guys. All right, that's it today. We'll see you in another video real soon. Bye, everyone.